It's your boy Trizzle with Triz Tech and Electronics, and as previously promised, this is a head-to-head battle between the iPhone 4S and the Galaxy Nexus. Alright, well, these two phones I have previously done reviews on. The last two and first two videos in this channel were done on, the first one was the iPhone 4S and the second was the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. I just want to give you a little bit. I gave you the user reviews and my insights into each phone by themselves, and now I kind of want to give you my view between the two. I kind of gave you them I touched on them a little bit in each one of the reviews, but I want to give you a little bit different insight. I really do enjoy the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. I bought this phone the day that it was released, which was in the review I said December 16th, and that was actually the day that it came to me. But I purchased it on the day it was released, which was December 15th, but I ordered it off of the Verizon website, so it took a day to ship to me. That's why I said the 16th in the last one. It was actually the 15th of December 2011. I do really enjoy both phones. I think they're both wonderful devices. That's still got to represent the Broncos, just so you know. I do really enjoy both devices, though, as I said. They are wonderful. There are a few things that I like more about the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, and there are some that I like about the Apple iPhone 4S. The first thing that I like way more about the GNex is the large screen. I really do like the size of it. I like that for viewing capabilities, whether you're watching videos or playing games or whatever the situation may be. I do like that. I do not like it though for texting with one hand. It just doesn't fit my hands right. It doesn't feel comfortable. Whereas with the iPhone, with one hand texting, man, I can text lightning fast with one hand, and it still feels comfortable with two. Not so much when it doesn't have a case on it. Like the phone just too small in my hands when I'm texting with both hands. If you can see, like, it just doesn't comfortably fit in my hands very well. With the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, man, it fits in my hands perfectly with for texting with both hands. But with texting with one hand, it's kind of awkward with the Nexus. But with the iPhone, man, it's awesome. The reason why I actually switched to the iPhone from the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, I had the GNex previous the iPhone, and the reason why I switched is because I am now like fully integrated into Apple. I have the MacBook Pro, 15-inch MacBook Pro, have an iPad 2, 16 gigabyte white iPad 2, the reason why I went with the white iPhone, as well as I have Apple TV, and all of those things are integrated with my iPhone. I can access any of either my iPad or, more importantly, my MacBook Pro, which this video is being filmed on currently, and I can do them from my iPhone, which is very important to me because, as I've said in the last two reviews, I do maintain and moderate websites for 3 companies, as well as possibly a 4th one. I don't know. I'm in the process of possibly going that with this other company. I don't know yet. I have to I have a meeting with that. That's a different story. But for the full integration, the iPhone is just awesome. The iCloud, and between iCloud and Dropbox, I can access anything from anywhere with the iPhone. Whereas the Nexus, man, amazing phone, but I just couldn't integrate it fully. There was a lot of things that I could do with it, use Dropbox, but the iCloud is just so awesome because I can see my pictures, my videos, whatever from my phone. You know, they're instantly on all of my devices, which is so amazing. And I just love that about the iPhone. You know, specs-wise, you've seen many of those videos, but you know, as you can see comparatively, they are significantly different sized. Like, it's amazing how much different they are. I think that the Nexus would actually be thinner than the iPhone if it didn't have the contoured display, which, as I accidentally said in my last review, that it was to fit the phone right, but it actually fits your face. It conforms perfectly to your face when you're on a phone call, whereas the iPhone doesn't conform quite well, but it's so much shorter and smaller that it's just a really really good fit. The other difference with these that I've seen is that one is a 4G phone. The GNex is a 4G phone, and the iPhone 4S is still only a 3G or WCDMA phone, which in my part of the country, I live in northern New Mexico, where we're just now starting to integrate into the 4G technology, but it's not everywhere. It's intermittent, and a big problem that I had with the Galaxy Nexus is that when it would pick up 4G, which was, like I said, intermittently, it would have a hard time, and it would get stuck in between switching from the 4G and then back into the 3G, where I would have no service or data at all. I couldn't use the internet. I couldn't access Facebook. Calls would drop all the time. It was just a mess, and that's something that I really, really like. One of my only downfalls with the GNex was the switching between 4G and 3G. Even with the phone that I had previous to the GNex was a HTC Thunderbolt, and it had no problem going from 4G to 3G. It has no problem. My girlfriend actually still has a Thunderbolt, and when it switches back from 4G to 3G, there's no problem at all. No lag time, no nothing. There are issues with that phone that I won't get into now, but I had some issues with that phone. I did like it for the most part because it was the first 4G phone on the Verizon network, and it blew me away when it first came out. But as time has gone on, and what they did with like the Galaxy Nexus is just awesome. But back to the two phones, like they are both dual core processors. This one is 1 GB of RAM. This one is 500 megabytes. So it's half of as much, but I honestly, I can't tell a difference using them. I've used them both now. I've had this phone for little over a month now, and I had this phone, like I said, since December. So I've had a lot of use with both phones, and to be honest with you, those situations are not much different. Um, with speed tests and stuff, I can't show you 3G speed tests because this phone is not currently activated. But I can do a Wi-Fi comparison, and they really are not, a whole lot different. They are very, very similar to each other with speed tests. It's actually quite amazing. The one thing about the Android phone that's a lot nicer than the Apple phone is that it has full uh, uh, flash. There's no flash video with the iPhone, which kind of sucks uh, because you can't do certain things that you can. You can't watch certain videos and stuff. They don't load at all with the iPhone, whereas with the Galaxy Nexus, they just happen right away. So what we will do now is we will load my channel on YouTube from both of them. So we will go type in www.youtube.com/Trizzle 5586, and we will do that on this one too. www.youtube.com/Trizzle 5586. Okay, so we have both phones ready to go, and I'm going to click the go buttons as close to the same time as I can. 1, 2, 3, go. And they are going, and boom, wow. Actually, it says web page not available. I'm not sure why the Galaxy Nexus did that, but the iPhone was way faster, and I don't know why it's doing this now. Anyway, I seem to be having issues with the Galaxy Nexus, and I think that it does have something to do with the fact that it is not currently set up. But the previous speed tests that I did with it, they are not a whole lot different. They are very, very, very similar in speed. You couldn't see a whole lot with a 3G difference either, but when you tried to put the 4G capability of the Galaxy Nexus versus the 3G of the iPhone 4S, it was no contest. I use the personal hotspots, the mobile Wi-Fi, a lot with both phones because, as I said, I work from home and I do work on the internet. I do the websites and stuff, and now I'm doing this YouTube channel. So it is important for me to be connected all the time. And when I'm want to change the scenery and when I'm not away from home, I do use the mobile hotspots from the cell phones quite a bit. And when you use the 4G mobile hotspot with the GNex, it's faster than my home DSL almost, and I have 20 meg home DSL, and with the 4G you could almost not tell a difference in it. It was astronomically fast, so quick, amazingly fast. But for everyday use, and I don't use the hotspot a lot, but when I do, the iPhone is just fine. And that's one thing that I can't wait for them to do, is release a jailbreak for the 5.1 firmware, because I want to get that MyWi from Cydia, because I won't have to pay the $20 a month or whatever for the 2 gigs of mobile hotspot, or personal hotspot, I think is what they call it, on the iPhone. You can see here, if it'll come into focus, I don't know, I'm in a pretty not very good lit, but if you can see, it's not lit down here, but it says personal hotspot over here. That is the MiFi, and where this one says the same thing, but it says just mobile hotspot. And they're both amazing, but this one in 4G was just way faster. But I think all around, the biggest difference that I had was the screen size. And that was the biggest thing to change from. Was I went from a gigantic, amazing screen for watching video and stuff, and I went back to, the smaller screen with the iPhone. But with the Retina display on the iPhone, you almost can't tell a difference. I mean, the videos are smaller, but they're so vibrant that it's amazing. And I mean, the GNex does have a full 720 AMOLED screen, and to be honest with you, to the eye, I know this one is way more intense, and in all specification wise, the Galaxy Nexus stomps all over the iPhone 4S. It's just and if it's a rooted phone, you can do anything with it. Customizable, it's so much more customizable, but this is a lot more user friendly. In all aspects, this phone, specification wise, stomps all over the iPhone. But for usability, iPhone is way easier to use than the GNex. If this is your first time to a smartphone, definitely go with the Apple iPhone 4S. It's just so much easier to use and understand than the GNex. If this is your first time to a smartphone, then definitely pick this up. If you are, a tech junkie or just all about it, the GNex is definitely the way to go. It's an amazing phone. But if you want to be well connected into all Apple, you got to stick, right here. Like I said, here's my iPad, this, and I'm currently videotaping this on my MacBook Pro. And then I have my Apple TV, which can be completely controlled with my iPhone 4S, which is awesome. But the Galaxy Nexus, again, is an amazing phone. And, there's not, I can't say bad things about either one. I do think that Apple is highly priced. Both phones are similar. They both have embedded storage. Both of these phones are 32 gigs. With doing some research, I've noticed that they are trying to, as I said in the Galaxy Nexus review, they're trying to push out the 32 gig version of the GNex and strictly do a 16 gig, which I don't understand. But they are similar phones. I do right now like the iPhone more, but who knows, I may end up going back to the GNex. I want my girlfriend to start using this. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have enjoyed this video, and if it has been different from other ones you've seen, please press the like button below. It really helps me a lot. I really hope that you like this, and if you have anything to say, please put it in the comments below. I really hope that you've liked this comparison between the two phones, and I hope that it's answered some questions. I really hope that it's done some for you, and good night, YouTube. Peace.